Imagine a fan coming to her favorite idol's house not once, not twice, but 22 times in less than a month. Even after being warned by the police, she still came back. The case that happened to Jungkook shocked the Korean public and K-pop fans around the world. A Brazilian woman was finally found guilty after repeatedly visiting the idol's house and entering his property without permission. What makes many people wonder is, why did she keep coming back even though she was told not to come near? And how did the South Korean court view this case? Today we will discuss the complete chronology, from the beginning of the stalking to the final court verdict. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video we will discuss one of the most talked about cases regarding the privacy of K-pop idols, namely the stalking case against BTS's Jungkook. Please note, all information in this video is compiled based on media reports and legal proceedings that have been published. The purpose of this discussion is to provide clear and balanced information. So make sure you watch until the end, because there are some facts that may not be widely known to the public. According to Korean media reports, a Brazilian woman began visiting Jungkook's residential area in Yongsan District, Seoul, in early December last year. At first, her presence may not immediately attract much attention. However, over time, the frequency of her visits increased very rapidly. Between December 7th and December 28th, the woman was recorded as visiting Jungkook's house and the area around his residence 22 times. This figure immediately became a focus of attention because it showed a pattern of repeated and consistent visits in a relatively short time. Based on the results of the investigation, the woman did not just stand around the location. She rang Jungkook's doorbell several times. In addition, she was also said to have wandered around the idol's residential area while waiting. On several occasions, she even left items near Jungkook's residence. All of these activities later became part of the evidence examined during the legal process. One of the most concerning incidents occurred on December 13th. According to investigators, at that time the side gate of the house was open because a food courier was coming in and out of the area. The woman then took advantage of the situation to enter the house's property area. Although the court stated that she did not enter the living space in the house, the act of entering the property area without permission was still considered a violation of the law. This incident then strengthened the charges against the defendant. After the report was received, the police began an investigation. The woman was detained for questioning. As a step protection, the police also issued an emergency order. The content of the order is quite clear. The woman is prohibited from approaching Jungkook or his house within a 100-meter radius. The goal is to prevent the recurrence of similar actions during the legal process. However, the case is not over. According to the investigators' report, despite being given a warning and an official ban, the woman allegedly returned to Jungkook's house in early January. She is said to have left photos and printed materials near the location. This alleged violation of the emergency protection order is one of the important considerations in the trial. The case was then brought to the Seoul Western District Court. The judge examined various evidence collected by investigators, ranging from CCTV footage, police reports, to the chronology of the defendant's activities while around Jungkook's house. After the entire process, the court finally found the defendant guilty of violating South Korea's anti-stalking law, as well as trespassing. Judge Park Ji-won then sentenced her to 1 year in prison with a 2-year probation. This means that the defendant will not immediately serve a prison sentence as long as he complies with the terms of the probation period set by the court. However, the decision is still a criminal sentence that declares the defendant guilty. In the next section, we will discuss the reasons why the judge granted probation, what mitigating considerations are, and why this case has again raised a big debate about the privacy and security of K-pop idols. Because it turns out, this is not the first time Jungkook has faced a similar incident. So, is this sentence fair enough? Write your opinion in the comments column. This case immediately attracted the attention of Korean and international media, not only because it involved one of the BTS members, but also because it re-raised the issue of the line between admiration for an artist and invasion of privacy. Most fans naturally want to show support for their favorite idols. However, when such actions turn into stalking or entering private areas without permission, the issue is no longer just about the relationship between artist and fan, but becomes a legal issue. This case is a reminder that everyone, including public figures, still has the right to feel safe and have a private life. Unfortunately, this is not the first time Jungkook has faced issues related to privacy. Why do cases like this keep recurring in the entertainment world? What impact does it have on an idol's life? And what lessons can fans and the general public learn from it? This case serves as a reminder that fame does not erase one's right to security and privacy. The ongoing legal process demonstrates how alleged violations like this are assessed through a judicial mechanism based on available evidence. We can learn that respecting personal boundaries is an important part of a healthy relationship between the public and famous figures. Thank you for following the discussion to the end. If you want to keep up to date with the latest developments in the world of K-pop and Korean entertainment presented in an informative manner and based on reliable sources, don't forget to support this channel by pressing the like and subscribe buttons. What do you think about the importance of protecting the privacy of public figures? Please share your views in the comments column while respecting all parties and keeping the discussion civil. See you in the next video.